Management Interviews Compare and Contrast by Autumn Sawyer. I did my first interview with Vicki Michael. She works for Bartholomew County as the Employee Resource Administrator, which to me is just a fancy word for being the sole employee in the Human Resource Office. The interview was what took place February 13th, 2025, in her office located inside the governmental office building on 3rd and Franklin. I was really nervous for the interview, especially because I hope to one day work in human resources, but I had nothing to worry about. Vicki was really easy to talk to. She was outgoing while still being patient and answering all of my questions. She really helped me feel at ease. And I believe the interview went really well. Vicki has worked for Bartholomew County for about 2 years. The county actually created the position. It was brand new. So before they created the role on April 2023, Bartholomew County did not actually have a human resource office, and for about over 400 employees. Vicki's role at the county is to do onboarding and exit boarding for all employees. She helps employees with insurance-related questions, and she kind of acts as a go-between between the employee and the insurance company. She also attends commissioner meetings and has been trying to get the commissioners to pass paid maternity and paternity leave for the county. Her favorite part of the job is helping people. She finds it very rewarding, and helping people is also her biggest motivation for her job. On the flip side of that, her least favorite part of the job is when she has to deliver bad news. She said she just hates having to tell people bad news, especially in situations when she can't really help, such as when the insurance is denying coverage for something. When I asked her if she had any advice for those contemplating a career in management, she said to be empathetic but have a backbone, be consistent, and to get as much education as you can. The second interview I did was with James Seaborn. He is the office manager for the Bartholomew County Clerk's Office. He has been in that role for a little over 4 years. We did our interview on April 3rd, 2025. We had some issues trying to schedule the interview. We both work at the courthouse and it's currently undergoing construction. So his office, the clerk's office, has been temporarily moved to a much smaller location. And my office did not have any air conditioning due to the construction. But we ended up just doing it in my office, although it did kind of feel a little rushed because it was very hot in there. And I think we were both just kind of trying to escape the heat. But despite the interview being fast paced, he was still easy to talk to and exhibited a very calm demeanor. Although James has only been an office manager for around 4 years, he's actually worked for the county for over 24 years. If you ask, he can tell you the exact date down to the second that he's worked for the county. I really enjoyed interviewing him and kind of getting to see how he's settling into his role. I myself have worked in the courthouse for about 6 years, so that's about how long I've known James for. James's responsibility for the clerk's office include but not limited to ordering supplies for the office, dealing with employee conflict, greeting any people that come into the office, handing out assignments to the appropriate staff, being able to answer any questions that come up, problem solving, and finally, he has a set task list of just some minor daily things that he needs to complete that can vary day by day. His favorite part of the job is helping people as well. He finds this career path to be very rewarding. The least favorite part of his job is when he has to tell people that they've made a mistake. This also ties into what he considers as the biggest mistake that he's made at his job so far. is when he reprimanded everyone as a group instead of just pulling aside the individual that needed to be talked to. When I asked James if he had any advice for those contemplating a career in management, he said to be sure that you're comfortable with all personality types and that you are able to handle those personality types without any rigidness. In comparison, both jobs deal with helping people at its core. Just one job helps over 400 county employees, while the other one has a set office of about 14 employees. Both of them love helping people, and despite having to tell people bad news or when they did something wrong, they both like to lead by example, and they both find their jobs very rewarding. Both James and Vicky did stumble into their careers. Vicky previously worked for her family's restaurant and was well known within Bartholomew County, and James had worked for the county for over 20 years. So his was more of a moving up type situation. And finally, when I asked them both if they would recommend this career path to others. They both said yes. In contrast, they are both vastly different individuals. Excuse me. Vicky is outgoing and exuberant, while James is very calm and laid back with a chill type attitude. At Vicky's job, it requires some formal training with being certified in SHRM, while James received on the job training and all you need was a high school diploma. But he did say that having legal knowledge, knowledge on pay systems, and knowledge on computer systems would be helpful in doing his job. Although Vicky's biggest motivation is helping people, James stated that his biggest motivation is retirement, which I think is all something that we can agree with. In conclusion, this was a great learning experience for me. I was able to meet and talk with someone in a career path that I'm interested in, as well as talk to somebody that had been internally promoted and see how that was going. I will leave you with this final quote from Lisa Isa. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role. It's always about the goal. Thank you.